Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Illusion Fox Gaming. So today we're going to be doing this little quest, No Love Lost. The set of Valentione has her mitts full this Valentione's Day. 'Tis a season of ardor and affection, romance is thick upon the air. I, Lisette of House Valentione, entreat you, dearest one, to breathe deep and take love's richness, its cloying, rosy radiance into your bosom. Alas, every rose has its thorn, and even the fairest of seasons is not without its trials. Indeed, trouble is afoot, and threatens the hearts of all in this realm. A fellow of ours, a Moogle, well versed in the myriad matters of the heart, has found himself in quite the quagmire. The quite sweet thing of which we speak goes by the name of Kupka Cup, and is an emissary of pinned passions and all such billets dough. Valentione's Day is a joyous occasion, but not always so for those who acquit themselves as post-moogles of the realm. Kupka Cup and his poor paws, full delivering heartwarming missives far and wide, hither and thither, though he would never admit it, I fear he's at wit's end. But you, benevolent adventurer that you are, can provide precisely what our herald requires oh so desperately. Pray, lend Kupka Cup your talents and retrieve from him from the edge whereupon his wits now teeter so precariously? If I must. Marvelous, you are a hero through and through. Kupka Cup will be so relieved I shall fetch him at once. Ah, while yours is a face I know well, no introduction necessary, friends, for so renowned are you that I feel as if I have known you all my life. My post-Mogul compatriots speak of your daring do almost nightly. Kupo, how they will bristle into puffballs when I tell them we are acquainted. Now then, I hear from Astrid that you would help me in my hour of need, for which I am most grateful. However, it is not the work itself that vexes me, but rather a colleague of mine, a clueless courier, newly inducted into our vocation. Even Valentione's Day, we emissaries are overtaxed, and this season has proven no exception. I had hoped to nip this issue in the bud by petitioning the deputy postmogul for a helping paw or two. He obliged, but has sent someone altogether worthless. An undisciplined tyro. To make matters worse, the thing is painfully ignorant in the ways of the heart. You should hear the way she speaks to the clientele. What an ugly gift. Love must be blind. And such nonsense. Left to her own devices, I fear she will ruin Valentione's Day, Kupo. Give the girl the axe, you cried. The impulse is very much with me, I assure you. But I can rightly turn away the very assistance for which I begged. I had come across as the most wretched ingrate to ever have wings. Yet I haven't the time to train her, let alone the patience. Fret not, our harried herald. You are right to have sought our help. For I have come upon the cleverest of solutions to your predicament. We shall enlist the help of our doughty adventurer and House Valentione's very own Astrid to accompany said callous courier. You cannot be surprised at my suggestion. 'Tis a most natural fit. So skilled in so many subjects will teach your assistant delicate art of the post, while Astrid shall instruct the Moogle in the ways of ardor and adoration. They are a splendid plan if I do say so myself. Are you both sure you are up to the task? For the task? Isn't it too great a bother? What a seasonable relief indeed, Kupo. I shall bring her to you at once, for there is not a moment to lose. May I introduce to you my fledgling post-Moogle charge, Pukti Pico, and her loyal Chocobo. Oh dear, this is rather awkward. I confess your friend's name has slipped my mind, Kupo. Salutations one and all. As for my chocobo, his name can't have slipped your mind because he hasn't one. I refer to him simply as my partner dear, or when I'm feeling particularly silly, Bird. Many an acquaintance of mine has attempted to write him a name or two, but none of them ever stick. Or should I say, I always forget them. In any case, you may call him whatever you like. It makes no difference, at least of all to him. Yes, well, be that as it may, I have asked Pucty Pico with 3 deliveries, all of which I should ask you to join her on. These two are to accompany me very well. Who am I to turn away whoever you are? Our first stop is Carpenter's Guild. Bird and I shall await you there. Oh, there seems to be out on an errand or some such. A pity. As for the parcel, well, since no one is available to take it, I say we just leave it any old place. There are other assignments to be getting on with after all. I say, now hold there a moment. I am no postman granted, but merely abandoning a patch like this before our door screams a touch disrespectful, does it not? What we have here is a gift, an item crafted with love and care. It deserves to be treated as such. Who is this from exactly? No, hold there a moment. I'm no. What we have here is gift. Who is this from exactly? A young woman, if memory serves, ought to be the man meant to receive this. Oh yes, and there was something about her training at the Culinarian's Guild, I think. My memory is hazy. You make an interesting point. Man is out on an errand, yes, and since he is with the Carpenter's Guild, it stands to reason he's out collecting lumber. And from the Botanist's Guild, like as not, we shall start our search there, for Valentine's Day gift must be delivered straight into the recipient's hands. Tried recording this the other day, but I started the quest thing. I had started the recording, and I was doing this on a different character. I was doing it on my main at the time, and then I looked over and I'd been talking, and I noticed that the recording light wasn't on. I was like, "Son of a bitch!" I delivered for sir. You weren't at the guild when we came calling, so we took liberty of tracking you down. Alright, get here then. Oh, what's all this? Valentine's Day chocolate? No, this is a surprise. My daughter's an apprentice in the Culinarians Guild, you see. I'd heard she'd been selected to make the chocolates for the festivities this year, but I certainly didn't expect to receive any myself. And how wonderful that you did it. It's not every day one's daughter is accorded the honor of crafting such a beloved confectionery. She must be quite the culinarian. There she is. My pride enjoyed that girl. What a pleasant surprise this package was. Certainly made my day. I can't thank you enough for bringing it all the way out to me like you have. I'll never forget this kindness. Gonna seems like a bit of an overreaction to being handed some food, doesn't it? Agreed, there's a lesson to be learned here. Bhakti joy is not meant to be kept to oneself. It is the feeling that yearns to be shared. And we played a part in bringing him happiness, so it's little wonder that he wished to share his felicity with us. So joy is meant to be shared. Well, when you put it that way, I suppose there's not just so foreign a concept. When something makes me smile or laugh, I do tend to talk my companion's ear off about it, and I'm often made the happier for it. But enough about that. Time is wasting. Best be off on our next delivery. We're saving waits at the Whistling Miller by the looks of it. Excuse me. Pardon me, but I have a delivery for you. For me, it's from my dearest companions, and look what they've sent. Pink seashells. Are they not extraordinary? Look at their vibrancy. Ah, and a card. Happy Valentine's Day. How delightful. Shells, empty ones, you can't even eat those. At least the other fellow will receive chocolate. Pukti, this is admonibly rude. You must forgive our friend here. She is not accustomed to deliveries such as these. There's nothing to forgive, I assure you. I could hardly be upset after receiving a gift like this, and from a loved one I've not seen in quite some time. My friend, you see, is an adventurer in their own right. They enjoy being cryptic, though, and never outright tell me where they've been, or they make me guess by dropping hints in the form of curiosities such as these. What a blessing this parcel is. I was only just wondering how they were faring, and where their journeys had brought them. Thank you, Miss Postmogul. You have brightened my day. Love is a mystery indeed, and a funny one at that. So I should tell you, Pukti, that love is a many-splendored thing, and we each have our own unique way of expressing it. The friendship between that girl and her adventurer companion is a perfect example. The gift which appeared mere flippery to you was a treasure in her eyes. It is oft said that no news is good news, but I very much doubt that to be the case for those in your line of work. So you mean to say this was her friend's way of telling that young woman that all is well? How fascinating. Really? Final Fantasy? Crash on me again? Oh, sorry about that. Sometimes Final Fantasy does not want to cooperate the way I'd like for it to do. Okay, let me try and get this back to where it was. So you say that this was her friend's way of telling that young woman that all is well. Their way of assuaging any worries that she might be harboring about their safety. How fascinating. Be sure, were I to be severed from my bird here by expansive seas or vast mountain ranges, I'd like to hear from him from time to time. Perhaps not every day, that would be irksome, but to know that he's in good health would be not altogether disagreeable, I suppose. Anywho, no sense losing ourselves in thought, not when a parcel sits burning a hole in my satchel. Our next delivery takes us to Epcola Falls and let's away. That's a bunch of bots. Greetings, sir. I have for you a parcel from one of Ulda's preeminent art dealers, Kupo. At last her earrings, they've arrived. Goodness gracious, how stunning they are. This craftsmanship, this meticulous attention to detail, I couldn't have hoped for a better present for my wife. She'll be over the moon to receive them. Her birthday is coming up, you see, and I want to ensure her special day is just that. I've even given Kupka Cup's palm a vigorous pat. I hear tell that one touch is enough to bring a couple happiness for all their years to come. Let us hope so. You did well to bring these all the way out here without a scratch on them, you know. I'm going to worry that by the time I receive them, the poor things will be nothing more than scuffed, dented rocks. You've got a bright future ahead of you in the postal service, friend. Thank you. Now this is odd. There's a flutter in my chest, a tickle in my stomach, Kupo. Have I taken ill, or do compliments and words of gratitude always elicit this sort of response? Trust me when I say you are not ill, Pukti. That flutter you feel, those ticklish sensations you described, that is fondness, a form of love indeed, and it was made manifest by that man's appreciation for what you provided. Oh, so this love nonsense, why it isn't nonsense at all, is it? It's quite wonderful, actually. I liken it to the feeling when my bird and I settle down for an afternoon nap in the 12's wood. When I tuck myself under his wing and we are warmed by the sunlight breaking through the trees. Perhaps you haven't mastered the concept entirely, but I do believe we are making strides in the right direction. You certainly seem more attuned to the ways of the heart than when we first met. Made your acquaintance at any rate. Now that all three parcels have reached the right hands, let's return to Mikoto's amphitheater. No doubt Kupka Cup is anxious to know how Pukti fared. Here they are, our agents of affection, our heralds of the heart, returned at last, not before time, Kupo. Tell me, how went your deliveries? So to each and every one. The recipients were all thrilled to receive their parcels, and I'm pleased to say that Pukti Pico learned something along the way. Yes, I do believe I did. Love is, well, it's quite a bit more complicated than I first imagined it to be. There are hidden depths to it, ones I didn't see before. I may not be an expert on the subject yet, but I would like to think my ignorance is not quite as dire as it once was. You are making progress, certainly. I'm glad of it, and just so long as you did not offend anyone, I could not ask for more. Anywho, I am indebted to you, Astrid. You have spared at least 3 citizens of the realm from potential cruelty, however intended it may have been. No, I am being too harsh. Pukti, you have shown a true, concerted effort to understand the labyrinthian complexities of the heart, and as a reward, I am inclined to set to you another task. For in truth, your work is not yet finished. Much more is there to be done this Valentine's Day. When you have the time to speak with me again, I shall tell you all about it. And that is no love lost. Thank you for joining us on this video. I hope to see you in many more, including streams or the next video we put out, or the stream, basically the stream archive. Till then, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.